In this section, we will explore how the FDIC and Bank of America resumed a billion-dollar insurance fight over the bank regulators' deposit insurance assessments. This is a long-running dispute that could have significant implications for one of America's largest banks and the agency that protects depositors from bank failures. The FDIC is the government agency that insures people's deposits up to $250,000 at member banks and charges those banks an assessment to replenish the deposit insurance fund. The FDIC crafted a rule in 2011 that reformed the way the largest, most complicated banks calculate their deposit insurance payments. The rule required banks to account for their exposures to other large financial institutions, which could pose a systemic risk to the banking system. The FDIC alleged in a 2017 lawsuit that Bank of America did not comply with the rule and underpaid the agency for deposit insurance coverage by improperly miscalculating from 2012 through 2014 its exposures to other large financial institutions. The original suit sought $542 million from Bank of America, but an amended complaint expanded the time frame for underpayments. The FDIC claimed that Bank of America owes at least $1.1 billion to the Deposit Insurance Fund. Bank of America countered that the 2011 FDIC rule was unclear and the agency's rulemaking process violated the Administrative Procedure Act. The bank argued that it followed a reasonable interpretation of the rule and that it was not given adequate notice or opportunity to comment on the changes. The bank also said that it is not challenging a 2014 deposit insurance rule that it is now complying with. The case has been delayed by several factors, including discovery battles, the coronavirus pandemic, and a wave of Jan. 6 insurrection-related cases that flooded the D.C. court. The case has also changed hands among 3 magistrate judges, and one of Bank of America's attorneys, Eugene Scalia, served as the U.S. Secretary of Labor from September 2019 until January 2021 before returning to the case. The case is now set for oral arguments on Jan. 24 before Magistrate Judge Moxala A. Upadhyaya of the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. She is expected to release a report and recommendations about the case in the coming months. Judge Emmett G. Sullivan, also of the D.C. District Court, will review Upadhyaya's report and recommendations and issue a final ruling. This case is important because it could affect how much Bank of America and other large banks have to pay for deposit insurance in the future. It could also affect how much money the FDIC has available to cover potential bank failures, especially during times of financial stress. The FDIC said that all other large banks have complied with its deposit insurance rules since they were rewritten in 2011, and Bank of America's status as the only bank among peers to not consolidate counterparty risk undercuts its defenses.